Welcome to PowerPoint tutorial. Today we'll be talking about slide formatting, which has to do with designing and beautifying your slide for presentations. And while talking about your slide formatting, we should be looking at your themes. So when you take a look at your themes are simply set of designs like colors, font styles that can actually be used to beautify your slide presentations, and then if you don't actually want to make use of your themes, which happen to be a set of colors and font, and then you can also make use of your format background. So these are the possible two categories of designing tools that can allow you to beautify your slide. Now, starting from format background, which you can actually achieve through your design, and then format background. So we'll be taking a look at how we can be able to beautify our slide in different colors or different designs or patterns and styles. Okay, now talking about formatting background, let's move over to your design. This is your design tab. This allows you to get access to the format background. Okay, so when you click on the format background, you should be able to see the format background panel here, and there are a lot of fill color groups here. We have the solid fill, we have the gradient fill, we have the picture texture fill, we have the pattern, and then you have another option here, hide background graphics. So let's start from the solid fill. Solid fill simply allows you to make use of single colors to beautify your slide. So in order to do that, you simply click on this fill color tool here, and then you can simply choose any color of your style or your choice. So I will be inserting another slide to explain or illustrate the other aspect of the format background tools. So I'll happily go over to new slide button here, and I can actually insert a blank slide. Okay, so I have my second slide here. Now I'll be moving over to gradient fill. Now talking about gradient fill simply allows you to mix colors, color combinations. So you can mix as many colors as possible. So under your gradient fill here, then you can also have some other options. Your preset gradient has to do with already color combined, preset. You can choose any one of the choice. As you can see, it has two shades here. So over to radial, this happen to be your type. That means the type, how would your gradient here be arranged. You can have linear, which happens to be colors arranged on a straight line, radical, your radial here, in oval kind of arrangement. Rectangular, and then you also have part. It takes the shape of the exact selected object. Okay, we also have design shade from title. Okay, so down here, let me choose a certain, maybe radical. Okay, let me choose the radial. So down here, your gradient stops. Okay, now talking about your gradient stop has to do with the color bound, the boundaries of the colors mixed. You can actually add more color stops. You can also remove color stops. Adding more color stops is just like adding different boundaries of colors. In default here, we have 3 color stops here that make up this particular gradient effect. You can as well change the colors of the color stop by selecting a particular color stop here, and then go down to your fill color tool here and change the color there. If you want, all the angle of that particular color stops, will be changed. Click on this one, the white one here, change the color. So you can also change. So this is altering the color stop here automatically alters the colors, okay, being linked to that particular color stop. All right, so let's try to form. Can I bring this? You can also adjust your color stops. I can also come down your direction. I can choose how I want the color stops to be directed. Okay, so this is, you can add more color stop by clicking on this add color stop, the plus down pointing arrow here. Click on it, you automatically add a new color stop. I can add it again, click on it. Let me adjust this. Okay, so if you click, you can remove color stop. If you want to remove, you remove the selected color stop. So this is what I have, 3. If I want to add again, click on your plus. So I have an additional color stop, click again, I have additional color stops. I can also change each of these color stops. Okay, so this is how you can actually use the gradient effect. Alright, I have additional options here like the position, transparency, brightness. Just as the name implies, transparency, you can actually drag directly. If you don't want to click up and down using these arrows here, you can reduce the transparency of a particular color stop selected. If I actually select this particular one, the blue, I can also reduce the transparency of it. Watch how it's reflecting on this area. Okay, then the brightness too of that same selected color. So this is all about your gradient effect. Once you're done, you can actually close. If you apply to all, it means the same gradient style here, which has been applied to this particular slide, will be applicable to the rest of the slide you have in this your presentation. But I won't actually click on apply to all. I would rather go back to my home and insert another new slide. Then I'll move over to picture and texture. This allows me to fill up my slide, background with different texture or picture styles here. Okay, under picture texture, I can actually have, let me go to file, insert picture from. If I want to make use of picture, I can look for somewhere. Let me assume I have a picture here, so I can simply use this one. This allows me, you can actually make use of pictures as your background. So moving down here, I also have transparency, which actually reduce the visibility or increase the visibility of the picture. Then I have another option here. Okay, so that's for the transparency. So I have another option here, tile picture as texture. This tile picture as texture can allow you to, duplicate the pictures in various numbers. Should in case you click on the tile picture as texture and it's not working, just remember you have scale here, 100% XY scale here to adjust. Okay, I have my scale X here, which is 100%. I'll reduce it to 20, and then come down to my scale Y here. I'll probably reduce that to 20, and then you can now see I have more pictures. So the more you reduce the XY scale, the more you have on the pictures multiplied. Your X and Y upscale, offset to say, has to do with adjusting the pictures, moving them left, right. As you can watch, I'm actually moving the entire pictures, so it's like you can adjust it. So I'll return them back to 0. Okay, you can check that out on your system. All right, down here I have alignment. I have top alignment is in default, top left alignment. You have different alignment. It's like how the picture should be aligned on the background. You can actually check that out. I'm actually using center. Okay, let me turn back to top left in default. Okay, you also have your mirror here. Mirror, just as the name implies to, can allow you to mirror the object in different directions. So in default here I have none. Let me change that to horizontal. Just take a closer look at these pictures. Take a closer look. You can focus on one here and observe what happens once I mirror horizontally. Okay, you get to observe that the other one behind it is actually backing it, so the same is certain row, a certain column of wool. If you watch from this angle here, you observe that these ones on this particular column here, they are actually backing these other ones. It's like mirroring it. I also have vertical. Okay, you have the picture being mirrored vertically. It's like giving you a kind of a reflection, effect. I also have both. Yeah, it mirrors them both sides, horizontally and vertically as well. I can go ahead and reduce my scale again to 10. Wow. So this is what you can achieve through your tiled picture as texture. I will insert another slide again. This back to texture picture. I can actually use different kind of texture here. These are already made designs, background, they actually comes in handy as you keep using your PowerPoint. Time comes when you might actually need stuff like this to beautify or create a better illustration. Here comes another blank slide. I'll be using this one to practice the pattern. These are different striped lines, just as I said, they also comes in handy. You can as well alter their colors, foreground to background. So talking about your format background, these are tools that allows you to design or format your background of your slide. I can close this panel once I'm done. So these are the various background formatting tools that allows you to beautify your slide. You can as well try them, check them out. Okay, I will be inserting another slide. I'll be using this one to talk about your themes. Just as I said initially, they are already made, you know, a group of color combination, font styling, text, colors, combined together to actually beautify both the content in your slide. Okay, so I can actually pick, let me use this one. Now, if you are making use of your themes, clicking on each of the theme directly will affect the entire slide. So if you want to apply a certain theme on each slide, all you need to do is to right click on the theme and then you see apply to selected slide. Apply to selected. This particular theme will be applicable just to this slide alone. It's not affecting these other ones. I can as well insert another slide again. Go back to design, choose a different theme. Right click, apply to selected slide. This also allows me to apply just this particular theme style to a specific slide. Okay, another important option here of this particular the theme option here is your variant. Okay, this your variant allows you to choose a particular theme and yet modify the kind of color and font combinations. If you go under your colors here, maybe you probably love this particular theme but not really the color. You can as well go down to your variant here. They have the colors. This allows you to change the colors of the theme, and then they also have the font. This also allows you to modify the font style that comes with that particular theme and some other effect. Okay, so you can as well choose any other color for your theme. So alright, so having done your format background and your themes, you can actually go ahead and check that out using your system and then see how good and beautiful it looks. So in case you're having any difficulty when it comes to formatting your slide, both using the background and using the themes, I'm sure this video will be of great help to you. Alright, thank you so much. If you enjoyed every aspect of this video, please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and also share the videos. Invite your friends to also like and share this video. Thank you so much.